What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? We're live. What up, Prada? Rooting for light zombies? Right on. Gotta root for the underdog deck here. Okay, good, you can hear me. I would hate to be doing a broadcast and be completely muted. But yes, this is the TeleDAD finals between the TeleDAD deck and the mentioned zombie deck. Rooting for Shabam? Nice. Yeah. Shabam's the man with the plan. In every format that he can, there's a Shabam. He's going ham. The cards he will slam, because that's his jam. You know, fam. Most of you are familiar with the we'll give a bit of time for these guys to show up. Most of you guys are familiar with the TeleDAD build. Let's see if I can pop it up on stream real quick. Most of y'all are familiar with the TeleDAD build. In fact, WaltsWild here, Mr. Soulmaxing here, actually took the previous event too. So this man's very confident in his ability to pilot the TeleDAD, the Synchro Swarm. We'll see though if our underdog here, this particular zombie build. Wait a minute, that's not right. That's just a regular zombie. The fuck is it? Hold on. I hope I'm not giving away Shabam's list. This particular stun build is utilizing all the floodgates in the world, but being zombies, they can float off Pyramid Turtle, and being lights, they interact with Honest. So this Paladin here can climb over everything, and it's worth mentioning also, not just Paladin, but the the Goku N card here. It's not previewing because of the way the stream's set up, but you get the idea. Hold on, if these guys are ready. Okay guys, we're about to get started here. I just want to talk about the decks that we were doing. It should be back on FL now. Sorry, I can't read chat. Alright. Let's go find these guys here. I think they're already in. I was busy yapping. There we are. Okay. Here we go, people, the main event. Who's taking it home? I apologize if we get some lag, by the way. Also, let me know if the music's too loud. So Shabam has won the RPs, which is really favorable for this for a stun deck here. As he can just set 4, stick one of the monsters, and pave the way to victory. So we'll see how he opens up. Oh my gosh. I just, yep, set 4, set pass. Can assume that's a turtle for him to flow into his next monster. And the benefit is that for Shabam's deck, the light zombie, is that he can flip up the repression, but because most of his special summons are by the Pyramid Turtle, that gets around the Royal Oppression, which cannot be used in the damage step. So Waldo here might have to wait a couple turns before going ham, because he doesn't want to lose all his cool stuff to the multiples of Solemn Judgment, which also helps the build here. We got a rat coming in for that 1400. So this does put Waldo here under a bit of pressure. You can't have this recruiter here keep beating down his LP. But now he's gonna have to slam his way in. Yeah, this deck's had a really good run thus far. Granted, this was a smaller tournament, but Shabam here has piloted the deck in almost every TeleDAD tournament that we've done, so it's not as if like he's just loading this up out of the blue. He's definitely made some revisions to improve the deck, and he's been very dedicated to make the light zombie operate. Look at that Stratos coming down here. Wall's gonna pop the Wing Blast. I think this is in response to the Stratos effects, so Shabam's gonna decide if he wants to. No, he's gonna let that fly. So that's gonna let the Stratos effect go through. We're gonna add the Mally to hand. But he might hold off on attacking, for obviously because does not want to lose the 1800 field presence. Though Shabam can just keep ramming the recruiters into Stratos to climb into the Malevolent Mech or any other zombies he wants. Yeah, he's gonna do that. Shabam not gonna mind taking some of the LP damage here. Actually, let's take a. This might be a poll. Let's do this poll here to see who is gonna win this matchup. Place your votes. Yeah, we're gonna float into. This is the card I was talking about earlier. Normally this card self-destructs on its own because it was cheated out by Pyramid Turtle or like just special summoned. It's not going to self-destruct, and even if Shabam does have to normal summon it, the skill drain can negate that part of the effect. Also, it's a light type, so also interacts with Honest. Funny how that works. But Shabam in a really good spot here. He's got the big boy Goku out here. And Waldo's gonna. I keep calling him Waldo. I'm just gonna say Walt. We're looking for Waldo. I just see WaltsWild. BrainCon gonna snap that up. It's a level 6, so first gonna punch him for 24. The Compulse, ooh. Shabam gonna take that back to the hand unless Walt wants to prevent this course of action. Yep. Nope. I was gonna say Walt, since it's a level 6, he could have used one of his Krybons to climb into a level 8 Synchro, but Shabam very likely has a Royal Oppression or some sort of way to negate the summon, so Walt just going for the simple attack and maybe tribute it to tribute summon a Mally face down. Here comes another rat. A TT. Shabam thinking about maybe if he wants to solemn this particular interaction. No, it's gonna give Walt here a Sangan Surge, so Sangan TT, the classic combo. My chat's not loading. I'm gonna try refreshing chat here. Hold on. Can't see chat right now. One sec. Okay, I didn't admit. Okay. I missed a couple things here, I think. He D-drawed a... Okay. D-draw pitch Mally. Sorry, I was configuring my settings. How highly irresponsible. Oh, here comes the oppression to negate the melee play. Thoughts on a new BLS and Call the Haunted artwork? I don't know, man. I really struggle to follow modern, and occasionally I'll like a artwork, but that doesn't really happen too often. Actually, I didn't know there was a new Call the Haunted artwork. The BLS one I saw, I don't know. It looks too modern for me. Yeah, the plague spreader down. Blau is correct. Walt catching the effect here, and Shabam is gonna negate that by skill draining himself. So Shabam still has a bit of field control, but his life points are starting to chip down a little bit. But Walt still has some tools at his disposal. If you're Walt, you may be wanting to try to pressure the life points, but you also don't want to lose your combo pieces, because as soon as Shabam shuts down the next sort of plays, like Walt just probably can't do anything after that. If it's a Solemn, then Walt's gonna have a really hard time, because Shabam still has enough life points to supplement a few more negates, and the fact that skill drain is just sitting up there. Plague's gonna come in. Walt does have to pay cost, and there's the first payment from oppression. Maybe Walt has a chainable. This was the huge benefit of Shabam going first in this duel. Is you see how favored he is based on his deck setup. So we'll see how the rest of the game goes, obviously, but what's going on here? No, he doesn't have to banish and never hit the field. I'm gonna do this now. I had this issue last time. Hold on. I'm gonna do this just in case. It's not that I don't trust Walt, it's just, you know how rulings are. Last time I broadcasted a finals, I didn't have the chat set up, and then like the player chat set up here, and then there was actually a big procedural error that happened that caused one player to lose. Oh, so Shabam getting more of his board step. I think Walt's situation's pretty dire. Double combo oppression to negate special summon skill. Okay, Walt's gonna go in for a plague spreader play. He's gonna allow this one. Shabam not wanting to shave too many life points against advantage. Some Caius. It's gonna get negated by Drain, but Walt might just want the board presence here. Whoa, what? No. Wrong card. Okay, he's gonna Psalm this Caius play. He did accidentally reveal his bribe, so that's yet another negate of Walt's playthrough. Yeah, and that's unfortunately how that match comes to. I think Walt really needed like a much more favorable going second hand. Rather unfortunate that it was so heavily decided by RPs, but that's Yu-Gi-Oh! It's still you gotta play the game of variance. Sometimes you just get unlucky, and even if your deck is hyper optimized, like you'll just end up in these situations where you'll go against a really strong go first deck, and you're just gonna have to try and tough out the first game, and then we'll see what happens in the side deck. But basically, if what this means now is that Shabam is guaranteed to go first game 3, and so Shabam just might have another cracked opening and lock Walt out of that. Lock Walt out of the set entirely. So this all comes down to how Walt's going to side. Obviously, he's gonna have a much easier time to breathe now that he's going first, and he can drill through his deck and get his monsters on the board before Shabam has time to throw his trap cards in the field. But Walt's been plowing through a bunch of players, so I trust he has the skills to come from behind. But we are we are rooting for the underdog here, being the light zombie. So it's anybody's finals. It's still anybody's finals. I missed a bunch of chat messages. Oh, we're talking about modern. Which I'm completely lost on. Well, also after this game finishes, we can talk about the coverage, as long as Retrobot doesn't work out, and we can actually look at what Shabam did to make this deck win. Because it's not that people weren't playing it before; it's just maybe it wasn't as optimized. All right, I get it. All right, game 2. Again, anybody's finals. I can presume it was derived from an OCG build. Though Blah would have more hindsight on that than I would. Luckily, he's here in chat with us to answer questions about what happened in Japan around this era. So we're coming out with the Thunder King here this time. This is Thunder King's first TCG format. And here comes the Royal Decree. Thunder King being another obnoxious stun card. Obviously, he has much more of a presence in the later 5Ds and also going to Zexal. But being A, 1900 attack, B, locking players out of search effects, and C, being able to send itself to grave to negate a summon is pretty crazy. Thunder King is just such a stacked card. It's so I find it so annoying in the formats it's good in because, uh, well, you guys are talking about up to date artworks. I think Thunder King got one too. New artwork. I don't know how I feel about it because I'm not a big fan of Thunder King in terms of a card design. I think it's just too powerful for what it is, and it becomes so generically good in the late 2010 and all through 2011. Like you see it in Tengu as one of the common staple cards, working well to like counter things like duality and all the monster search effects, and being a light type for Sork and BLS. And shutting off XZ and Synchro summons. Oh, Shabam's gonna come with the Breaker, top the set. That is the Mali. Yeah, we do have the Shabam getting his one of break. Unfortunate for Walt. Not the heavies. Shabam's gonna lose half his LP to block that. Oh, and the decree as well. Damn. Even going second, Shabam's able to climb into the stun package and play into the no fun stun. He did get Thunder King off the board though. Gonna get the search on what's it called? Freaking Diamond Dude. What do I think of the Ultimate Tournament Pack 2? If that, I don't know, man. Again, Modern is really far away from my base of knowledge. Like, I know some things, but I may just skip across them on, like, if I'm scrolling on Instagram, so it's really hard for me to formulate opinion on anything that's happening in Modern/Advanced and whatnot. A lot of my focus is on the retro community, so can't really provide an opinion. That's oh, we got a Minecon here. And the E-Tally. Oh, I think Walt might yeah, I think that Minecon play does okay. Walt's spinning around and claiming game 2. Shabam just having to burn too many life points, and that leaves him open to a big play like that. E-Tally being a really nice man. E-Tally was such a powerful card for introducing a what was I going to say? E-Tally was just so powerful for what it is, like getting a extra summon out of the deck and having a quick play so you can chip in some extra damage with a Krebons. 1200's pretty decent. You can use it defensively to get Krebons out of your deck to negate a few attacks. Granted, it gets banished after, but also being chainable to an initial Royal Oppression. And yeah, you can kind of see why why it was so. Part of what makes his TeleDAD deck so powerful is having access to an instant level 2 tuner. That has some decent functionality, aside from just climbing into a synchro. Oh my gosh. I think it's cool that they are okay. I think it's cool they are reprinting some of the older cards finally. Just in general, given how much popularity in retro play has climbed over the years, and it's only fair giving some of these cards Some of these cards just need that accessibility. If that makes sense. Nice to see more stuff reprinted for retro play. Some cards that were difficult to access before, or just like didn't really have up-to-date text or anything. It's nice to have now, even if that is their modern-day erratas. Anyway, Shabam having a set 3 back row set monster, and Walt's gonna have to go through another board of no fun stun. But again, this is anyone's finals. Got the Stratos man coming out to grab another hero man. Walt getting to dig through this deck here. Not very inclined to just swing into the set Rat or Pyramid Turtle, so just looking to throw some back row down. We'll see how Walt sided for this game 3, considering he was gonna need all the board breakers he can get for climbing through the Solemns, the Oppressions. Here comes the TT. If all bids well, Walt will get the get these damn recruiters out of the way. Shabam might be inclined to... Shabam may have to... This may... Oh, here comes the bribe. I was gonna say, may have to force a Solemn, but I guess we get the Dark Bribe too. That's gonna give Walt an extra draw, but Shabam keeps his little recruiter army. He can Pyramid Turtle climb into his Goku, yep. And then Rat... Oh, I thought maybe he want to crash Rat in for another card, but I guess he doesn't have many other targets. I guess he's not looking to deck thin, but anyway. Walt getting punched down to 6k here. It's not out of the... But we're not out of the woods yet. Shabam's got the setup he wants, more or less. It all depends on what negates he has now. We saw the bribe, so we can suspect we have a combination of like an Oppression or a Solemn. I don't know, there's a ton of traps, so Walt's just gonna have to... It's like a puzzle. It's up to... Walt here has got to figure out what negates he has to go through, and we'll see if he has the right moves to crack the code. Lest Shabam come and give zombies the win. But I mean, who doesn't love zombies? It's one of the most favored decks in the history of the game. I know I like zombies where I can play them. I think my favorite Edison deck is Instant Zombie or like Diva Zombie. I like using the whole package. It's unfortunate in Edison though that the zombie package is so limited, and I do know why. But you know, they could have given us some like Mezuki Semite or something at least. That would have been half decent enough. Obviously, you know, hindsight, yada yada yada, but zombies are a little less consistent, especially going against the big dogs of Edison. But they've had their time to shine. Speaking of zombies, I'd love to, in the future, try and get the OCG version of this format supported. Whether it's in the next OCG Masters series on Format Library, and try and replay that time period where the Kintella Undead was the thing, which is like the OCG zombie TeleDAD, I believe. I'd love to try and support that in the future. It expands the obviously it's a huge expansion of the card pool, but you kind of get the full power version of that zombie TeleDAD. Shabam having to burn through a couple Psalms now. His life points are pretty low, but he's got the monster set up. Okay, this is coming down to the wire, guys. This is coming down to the wire. Pretty exciting. Or, not, I don't know what it's saying, but it's pretty intense. We got changes up here. It's final quarter. Let's amp it up. Both players' life points are pretty low. It's down to the last few cards, and this next few turns could decide it. Who's gonna win, guys? I don't know, we could probably review the play at the end to see who misplayed and whatnot. Here comes the Krebons. Does he have a Brain Con? Here comes the Mali. What is this last card? Shabam's thinking this one out. He's gonna let that gonna let the Mali through. Oh my lord. I have no idea how this game is gonna end, guys. Going for the set before we're Walt really wants to synchro summon, but just holds off a little bit. I don't know if he should have gone for it or not. Maybe he's waiting for one more card to set. Here comes the Thunder King. He can block a few attacks with this Krebons here, but oh, does he have a negate? Does he have something to stop this? Sorry, I don't have a proper way to loop the soundtrack here. Walt might be cooked. This could be it, folks. Oh, judging by his reaction, he might be done here. Oh my gosh, he has to solemn this. I don't know if he survives this onslaught though. He might have to let Krebons die and take 1200. This might be it. Yeah, no, that's it. Oh, there you go. There it is, folks. The light zombies have taken the tournaments. No heavy, we ballin'. Shabam has put an end to Walt's rampage and and this is gonna look pretty spicy on the coverage. Damn. GG's all around. I had a feeling about that because just Shabam going first in this finals for game 1 and then being able to secure this setup for game 3. Wow, 3 Twister? What's he? I guess he's looking to. I guess Twister's to shut down the Royal Decree. Guys here just talking it out. But yeah, that's gonna be it. I'll let this replay of the match run while I focus on getting the coverage completed. And we can kind of look at this winning list here. Congrats, Shabam. Fun to see the rogue zombies come into the win. And congrats to Walt for getting the finals twice in a row. I think that's everything. Okay, I'm gonna end this up. Gonna get the look at the. I think it was the top 4 because we only had 16 people. Come on, Retrobot. Oh god, we're stuck. Retrobot's been a bit funky with the with ending the tournament, so oh, it looks like it worked. Good. Oh, hello, Shabam. Congratulations. No problem. Happy to have put the finals on display. I like to do this when I can. It's fun to see. It's a fun little community thing to do, you know. I'm about to load up the list in a second. We can talk about it. Maybe you can. My question for you, Shabam, if you want to maybe answer in the chat or whatever, is or you can even answer in the Discord. What do you think you did this time for the zombie deck as opposed to previous runs? It doesn't have to be anything like long or excessive, you know, just anything you can kind of summarize about what you did differently here as opposed to the last attempts. Because I know you topped several times with the light zombies here, and you've been the dedicated player for the strategy, so the coverage is complete. I'm gonna throw this up on the screen here now. Make sure we can see everything okay. Get this streamer out of the way. Never mind, I need to do. Actually, hold on a sec. What's going on? What's going on with my face? Oh. I see what happened. Give me a second. Technology eludes me. Holy shit. Okay, sorry about that. My stream is not optimized for... Okay, we should be able to see stuff now. Actually, Shabam wasn't the only zombie player to top. We have we have Zombie Dad here we were just talking about coming to the fray. Let's talk about the list in question now. Similar to the last one, you ran one Magic Jammer because Telly can really dig for that heavy. Also, from the original zombies I ran, I have less Mezuki, Plague, and Gob Zombie went full negate with 3 more bribes, more 1 Magic Hammer, and 2 out of 2 Compulse bottom split. Okay. Yeah, so you're focused way more on this stun package as opposed to like the zombie one. Just for context, I'm actually going to use the previous list for reference. So this was the one from the previous tournament, and here's the next one. Yeah, we can see one more bribe. We see the Magic Jammer coming in. I see some of the side deck has changed too. We've gone for one more Paladin. We got a Mobius. Looks like you ran more of the Royal Decree hate, because I think you flip Russian anyway, so why 3 Mezgi 2 Plague? This one? Oh, sorry, the YFZ. Yeah, okay, the YFZ one. Sorry. I guess I should have gone a little further back. Okay, this one. So this was the one from the YFC event. Yeah, we see more of the zombie synchro package happening here. But I see now you've swapped over and become more stun based. Bring the giant rats to float into the pyramid turtle sooner. Cutting down on like the wing blasts and shit. Yeah. That's me and my FL partner access. Well, actually, this is the topping list, so I can jump in between the two. Goku is pretty cool, and I'm not just talking about Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, we can see how the deck's evolved, jumping in between the two, having some better side deck options, and Soul Release is a pretty nasty card to use against Lightsworns, and even like, I guess it'd be more for Lightsworns and less for like TeleDAD, but adding to the Lightsworn hate. But yeah, well done. That's probably the list to beat now for this particular deck. Oh shit. Going back to the tournament. Well, the runner-up here, he's been pretty successful with the TeleDAD thus far, so we have enough hate for the stun lists, and also the Lightsworn package with the Light Imprisoning Mirror, though if there's going to be more anti-floodgate tools be used in the future, like we saw the tornadoes, the cyclones, we might be more inclined to do like the Soul Release for countering things like Lightsworn and whatnot. But we'll leave people to figure that out. TeleDAD opting to run 41 as to not hard draw into things like too many Krebons or Mallies. Not too much more to say. Well done, Walt. I know you probably got cheated out of the finals a bit, but going strong, going strong. We have another zombie list that tops from our XY friend here. Zombie. I want to say it's just a zombies, but it's more zombie TeleDAD. Not too much to comment. We're going really heavy into the monster package. Makes pretty good sense. I wonder if maybe like Card Trooper works something well in the deck like this. I guess we're not going the full 3 Mezuki. I don't know if it's just because it's like roll 2 bricky, or not as many consistent ways of getting it down here. I see we don't have the things like you expect, like Foolish Burial, but I guess the priority is to have the max amount of monsters you can, enough fodder for Allure of Darkness to eat through, and it's hard for me to comment on how good some of this stuff is without having watching the individual replays, but we see this is probably the next list we can see crack into and get further as have more people try the zombie TeleDAD variant. Granted, we get the players, and it does tell you this deck, yeah, kind of feel like it needs some faster graveyard setup, but props to XY. Probably built it better than I could have, because I'm not the most optimal deck builder in the world. But it's nice to see what people are doing to push these decks further along. A couple of White Sworn players almost cracked through. Are these the same list? I think these might be the exact same build. I want to check. Both. I'm assuming these are both like net decks. So they got close enough to top cut. I'll give them some acknowledgement. Yeah, they're running pretty well the exact same list. That's pretty funny. Lightsworn's being sneaky and bringing in Secret Village of the Spellcasters to give TeleDADs another floodgate they have to play through. Oop. But we've seen Lightsworn come pretty close too to... I think they've either made the finals or gotten close. Triple charge, like, there has to be... there's got to be a way to capitalize on, like, triple charge. It's just so strong. I think double Lumina's fine. But, and one Lila. I think there's two Lila. Yeah, it's hard to see some of these decks not use the Foolish Burial. You'd think that, like, you want an instant wolf for hitting over things like the Stratos, or if you're against the zombies, you're hitting over the Paladin or the Thunder Kings. But I don't know. It's up to us to give that deck the next push. But we're kind of, but it's just kind of like, it's nice to see in a format that's normally defined as being like tier 0 that we're seeing some decks starting to people stepping out of their comfort zone a bit and going for some extra decks. Clemens here was cooking up a firestorm here. Ooh, this is GK Burn. Lock them down Necro Valley and then you wave motion them. That's some spicy technology going on. Can't believe he's not using the Royal Tributes, not even the side, because I guess he's prioritizing some of the burn and stun package over the Royal Tribute, but I don't know, like me personally, I wouldn't pass up on one of the dumbest cards ever printed, one of the stupidest ways you can open in a duel, which is Necro Valley, set your freaking hands, and then throw down a Royal Tribute, so... Respect to Clemens for not resorting to that degeneracy. But it's bound to come around in the future. I'm just waiting for me to go against someone here and have them play a Necro Valley and throw the damn tribute down. I don't know, I guess I don't have too much more to say about the finals here, the top list. It was a small tournament, but it was nice to see some people take on the non-TeleDAD decks. Again, kind of goes without saying about... It's nice to see that the format isn't strictly like tier 0, you can only play like TeleDAD and nothing else is gonna work, or you're crazy for not bringing TeleDAD, so props to exploring formats, yay! I guess one last thing I wanted to say was that for the Phantom Zone server, I do have a little special something planned. Something unique for July for playing some of the 2008 era. It's not the OCG version of the format. It's something a little different. Shabam, don't give it away, please. But yeah, that's all for now. Thank you guys for checking out the finals here. Congrats to Shabam for winning with the zombie stun. I know stun decks are usually pretty. I know stun decks are usually viewed as pretty degenerate. Given floodgates are really annoying to play against. Even if you can play through them, it creates for less than ideal experience for the opponent. I don't know. Maybe the player playing it. Maybe people will play. Maybe people will feel shitty about winning because the floodgate floodgated. But zombies are cool, so we can't complain about zombies winning something, even if it's more of a stun deck. So good job, and good job everyone else for participating. And I'll see you around on the court. Peace. Logging on.